touts will be more powerful than policemen in Nigeria. Policemen, policemen will be second to the Agberos in Nigeria. But that may be like so far-fetched, Abi. Of course, impossible, Abi. Don't worry. You haven't learned anything from Bokwari. Now, this one is not Bala Bulu Bulu Bala. I think they wrote this speech for him. That is his speech as President Reglet of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His first speech, without wasting much of your time, okay? He's reading it. And it might sound deceitful anyway, but I think you should just listen, okay? For the diary.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, Professor Yemi Osibajo, the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, Your Excellencies, our respectable governors here present, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, our dear INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, and the National Commissioners here present, Honorable Ministers and members of National Assembly, particularly the Senate President and the Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the previous protocol enumerated here. You all have my respect and courtesies. As I hold this certificate, this moment is one of the celebration and gladness for us all. The road has been long, yet we walk it. The battle has been hard fought, yet we won it. But more importantly, I realize that I'm just a servant of the larger purpose. You see, this is more than a document of certificate of election, confirming the positive outcome of an election. This important document symbolizes our collective democratic attainment and even loftier aspirations. It represents the impending transfer of most sacred duty and trust from one person to another. At its most sublime, this certificate also symbolizes that each of you has the ability to achieve what other believes is impossible for you to achieve. I stand before you as the President-elect, and yes, that is special. But I am not different than any one of you. If I can do this, you even can do it better. You must do better. Our destiny as a people and a nation depend on our ability to share the artificial restrictions of bias and prejudice so that we live fully onto our democratic creed that no one is innately superior or entitled to greater rights and opportunities than any other Nigerian. Very soon, this nation shall witness a young person standing before you, holding this great symbol of democracy and national leadership. We shall see a woman standing before you, holding this certificate as its owner. We shall experience someone from a tribe that many people have tried to dismiss as somehow beginning to disqualify for this high office. By dint of hard work, determination, and unyielding belief in a noble endeavor, you can achieve the best of things. There are young people listening to me right now who shall one day be the leaders of our precious and exceptional democratic republic. Thus, by taking this certificate, I assume a sacred duty I shall never ignore. To you, the people, especially the youth, I will work day and night. I will work to the utmost best of my ability to make Nigeria better. For this to be a victory at all, it cannot simply be a victory for one man or even one party. It must become a victory for all Nigerians who are committed to a greater society. I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now. I understand. You are hot. Your anger, disappointment. I send the embrace and comfort of one family member to another. This great project.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair.
I don't know why I had to play that, right? I just felt like some of you heard that part. That your candidate, I know you are hot. That your candidate should be the one standing where I'm standing now. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to mock you. I just felt like some of you will be like, man, this is unfair now. You stole it. You know, as you're watching, I get that. That's Nigeria for you. I'm sorry. The people that you are expecting to push this and fight it, they're going to be friends with him soon. I'm not saying there won't be any reactions and all that too. Of course, because the people there are also politicians. You obedient. They have told you that they are going to court. So probably nothing to sanction any kind of revolution. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I tell you, there's not going to be any revolution after, or any fight or anything after this Tinubu stuff. You know why? The people that you expect to move it or mobilize for it, they will get compromised if they haven't already. Then they will turn this on you all soon. That is because you lost election. And the people that are going to turn it on you are not just going to turn it on you to gaslight you only, you're going to see propaganda. If you don't believe me, that's fine. Okay, it's all right. But I have actually lived long enough to not forget my Nigeria political PTSD. So it's always there, it's ringing. Sure you get. Because they will all come together. And they will be what? They will eventually tell you to wait for the court. Alone. And you are going to get so angry, so pissed off. And you are going to hate Nigeria more. If you have never really said anything bad about Nigeria before, if you have always been one of those who have always said, don't let us say bad thing about our country. I know I hate all these leaders too. But we need to come together and send them away. Now you came together, they have dealt you the biggest blow. I mean, they have dealt you a blow, but the biggest one is still coming. It's called propaganda. You know that kind of propaganda that you begin to doubt that you voted for Obi. Have you ever thought of that kind of propaganda before? Yeah, the type that will make you start feeling guilty. In fact, the one that will start making you feel like, will I say now you be the enemy of Nigeria, Sha? The one that will start making you feel so, you are feeling, you see, for now, it's fine, including those who are laughing at you, okay? If I were you, I would leave social media for like a week or two. Like, don't read anything on social media, turn everything off and all of that. Come back in 2 weeks. Now you go come there and say, how come this everywhere can't look normal like this? It's Nigeria. Do you get that? For your own mental health. The whole thing will go on, drag on, you'll be worried, and you will be like, everybody is telling you right now, if you know the story of Peter Obi very well, if you know his history, he will recover his mandate. Okay, I don't want to discourage you, right? You know what I mean? But you understand that this is Nigeria. Sure you get. Just same way you were so confident that all you needed was just enough people to come out. Get your voter's card. If you are so many, they cannot rig. They can't destroy anything. If they are coming and they see you, they will run away. Now you have tested that theory. You have realized that that theory it's not going to work. Or didn't work, rather. They robbed you. They robbed you. In open day, everybody get camera, they show them, Baba, even at that. We have all the evidence, we have all the results. Just keep them for the archives. Look at him, he's going to, somebody that he's going to die. And Shetima is going to be the next one. Let me tell you something. All those things are called coping mechanism. It's all right. I mean, if that helps you, but it doesn't help anyone. Don't join the bandwagon of those who are probably waiting for, I told you so. See, he's sick now. They have taken him to London. Oh, rumor, they said if Tinubu is dead. You know those things, Don't put yourself in that kind of trauma. People suffered more than physical sufferness. So when it comes to this Bokwari and APC, Egbekegbe of 8 years, majority of people, you know what they suffered most? In Nigeria, rich and poor, mental health sufferness. Because they had to create a lot of scenarios in their head just to manage what Nigeria was throwing at them every day, non-stop. That's why they said majority of people, when they talk, you just be like, we will sorrow Yansin. Sure you get. So to maintain your, if you see anybody gloating, Eti Lule, Ashiwaju succeed. That's the player point of some of them for 7.5 years. May Buhari succeed. May Buhari shame all his enemy, because everyone who criticizes them is an enemy. But trust me, don't put yourself in any sort of hopeless awfulness. I mean it, and I'm serious, but it doesn't mean that you're going to do it. So we can undo things by, more than ourselves. For those who come here to abuse me or my egun's diary political, I see them as those that are receiving therapy from me. If they don't see me for 2-3 days, some of them may run mad. I'm serious. if you can take their data, they may run mad, start acting funny in their different homes. They ask them, why are you acting funny? Daddy Sheung. I don't know, Jari. I don't know, because there's something he needed to have done that day. He hasn't done it. Nigeria is showing him shege in his daily life, but he knows that all he has to do is to have data, charge his phone. He will join them Mayegun in the evening to go and abuse Mayegun. My good life at that Mayegun Jari, that idiot that is in the UK. Let me go and tell him that he's going to cry this evening. Abi, help me charge my phone when you on your generator. Make sure you charge that phone for me, fully charged. I always use it to watch one useless boy in Scotland. I want to go and tell him this evening that he's going to cry. Ashwaju is our president. So if I am away for 4 days, they will start misbehaving in their different homes. You know why? They haven't let out their frustration that night. Sure you get. So if you begin to engage them, all of you, we don't invest emotion in this whole charade. I sympathize with you. I understand how you feel. Watching them on TV, mocking you, laughing, and the rest of that. In fact, for those of you who actually physically participated, believe so much. I don't want you to subject yourself to another trauma of a year, 2 years, because you are in courts. Is Nigeria court so? And I don't want to discourage you too. Sure, you get manage your expectation. Are you with me? Because you begin to see people that will begin to say, we rigged the vote for him. See, yeah. Now we rigged the vote for Peter Obi in Lagos. Now we go to China to bring the beavers that we used to rig here. I be like, Kilo, what did they happen? How much then give these ones now? What is all this drama now? It's Nigeria. No mess up with your mental health. Trying to figure out why Nigeria is Nigeria. The day you finally clear it that after their hands, they will push the whole thing, break them into pieces when everybody don't receive the shege, all in equal quantity. All of us, Lama breakfast too. I know support Bokuwari. I have been like this for more than 10 years, telling people that your criminal politicians are criminals. If you believe them, you are just an enabler, enabling the criminals who mean no wells for you. But what can I say? For somebody that is living in a place that they told them one refinery every year. By now, APC, Egbekegbe should have built you 8 refineries, brand new refineries, to the point that maybe your oil importation or fuel importation right now should be maybe somewhere around 10%. But rather, you know the story. So, you have me, I mean, if you want to laugh, those of you who cannot handle that, you can leave social media for now. By the time you come back, it will surprise you. The same people where they shouted Sai Baba, now them they shouted Kai Baba. So those who are shouting Jagaba, we have told them one day they are going to say what they are going to shout Kajapa. And when they begin to sound the Kajapa, you'll be surprised. I say, no people now they shouted Jagaban the other day. Which one is the Kajapa again? And you delay. Say, ẹni orí yọ ìpàdé di London, ẹni orí yọ ìpàdé di Egypt, kí ló dé ẹni orí yọ ìpàdé di Syria, kí ló fẹ́ lọ ṣe ń Syria, bàbá ẹni orí yọ ìpàdé di Gabon. That's exactly what they call the Kajapa. From Sai Baba to Kai Baba, from Jagaba to Kajapa. Don't build any kind of castle in the air. As relic as he is, even those of you who believe that Shetima is going to come and control whatever, una go understand the what do they call them? Sinoli cartel. I mean Nicoli cartel. You will realize that say now this is called state capture. You don't get? Even Shetima, if they have to frame him up for something, and any something, don't look forward to whatever people are saying, Pastor, see, now your reality be that for another 8 years, so. We are going to show them in the 2027. You know, go even get the strength. Tinubu. We are going to take over Lagos from them on the 11th. Osheo. Take over. You have no idea. Some of you still have no idea. You see, when they talk about rule of law and order, trying to fight corruption, trying to put to stop police brutality. You better brace for impact. Shebi na Bokwari, Bokwari was printing money. Emefiele printing money for Bokwari secretly, 23 trillion. Nobody can see what they did with the money. Wait, Etimukokoro Central Bank fully. You go see how, you know what I mean? You go understand real thing. They have built El Dorado, they have built castle in the here for you, right? No wahala. Now here I go there as your therapist. For those of you where they look for a place, the temple where somebody will tell you the truth. It go hurt you, but it go heal you. That kind of a place, the temple of truth here. That's why you come here, and I'll always be here. Somebody said, go and shut your website down. Asiwaju has become our president. I say, if I shut it down, this one that your what do you call it? Your healthcare system is dead. And majority of you have become non-empathetic to yourselves. On Mayegun's Diary Political, this is where I've been trying to heal a lot of you. Unfortunately, you would want those you want to die for to prove Mayegun wrong. You ended up having to come here to come and see, go to that Mayegun Jari. Anyway, you reminded me of that. Okay, we'll continue with that speech. I'm coming. I wanted to say thank you to everybody that this morning, right? I just went on to go and check my stats, especially on YouTube, and it came back and it was like, man, all of you on this platform, you actually spent your time, right, to watch Mayegun's broadcast 1 million times in February alone. That means you expended over 403,000, nearly 404,000 hours listening to Mayegun all over the world in 28 days. So thank you. I wanted to make that a shout out, okay? And I also want to listen to the other part of Ekolu's statement. Then I'm going to go to the oppositions. Labour Party said they are going to fight their fight alone. They are no longer doing joint fight with the PDP anymore. I haven't realized that no be only APC robbed them. PDP self, But let's hear Ekolu's other parts. He's talking to you.
Are more important than any partition divide. To my supporters, I ask you to continue to have faith in the mission that we have articulated. To those who didn't support me, I ask that you not allow the disappointment of this moment to keep you from realizing the historic national progress we can make by working together. We must join hands in this common endeavor to pull the nation through. In a phrase, I'm asking you to work with me. I may be the president in election, but I need you more importantly. Nigeria needs you a lot more than just one person. My heart, my door are open to you. I ask you to come in so that we may begin the task of rebuilding our national home together, day by day, brick by brick. Where there is poverty, let us create prosperity and jobs. Where there is hunger, let us feed the people, chasing the hunger from our midst. Where there is no scarcity, let us rediscover the abundance. Where there is brutality, we may replace it with brotherhood. Where there is violence, stock the land, we may establish peace. Where others have erected temples to hatred and bias. We may reconstruct permanent monuments to compassion and abiding affection. History will record that this day as the moment when I officially stood before you as a president-elect. However, I would like to dedicate this day and record it as the moment that we vowed to come together to make Nigeria stand, shining forth as the beloved and brave republic that God created for all of us. We are committed to the progress, development, and renewed hope of Nigerians. God bless you. I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
He don't cast, last, everybody go chop breakfast.
He don't cast, last, now everybody go shop breakfast. Call you a whole content. Let me give you an idea of what to look forward to. Agberos will have ID cards. They will give them names. And you're going to have the Northern Branch Agbero integrated by the Southern Branch Agbero. They will have ID card. More powerful than the police. And this is going to sound like it's impossible. Baba, come on, Mayegun. Tinubu know how to detect people who can deliver, great people. He can put together a great team. They deceive yourselves. You know that guy from Kano, and that is Gandola of Kano, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. Will probably become your central bank designate. Instead of putting money inside Babariga, they go just design a Babariga bullion van. And you know that guy, Bello Masaku, the one that took his own state money. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. You can read them. Like I said, I may try to say things to make them sound like, they're like, pedestrian. They are not. I'm talking about serious thing. I'm serious. This information is so serious. Seriously. There is a man called Masaku. He's the governor of Katsina State, Bokwari State. And that guy had first contact with the first Fulani terrorist. And there are those, they say, if you're watching the alien, if you have ever seen some alien movies, right? There are those, they will say they are the first arrival. Before that, the subsequent arrivals. And everybody will get used to them and say, alien. But the first arrival. Where is that guy again? Sorry, 1 second though. I just got something I want to say.
What you should have said is NNPP looking forward to making an alliance or an understanding with any political party. But what we believe is that we did not lose the election because our symbol is not there, our name is not there. That is enough to torpedo this election in courts of law. So we have not yet reached that stage. Our party will be meeting this afternoon, and I want to say that we don't share anything in common with the other three political parties. They are either ethnic-based or religiously biased, and we were campaigning on the issues rather than sentiments or primordial sentiments of religion, primordial sentiments of tribe, or
maybe I should have waited anyway. Now that Masaku first met the first Fulani terrorists that arrived in Katsina, and guess what? It was the first person to tell us that terrorists are not actually bad after all. He traveled kilometers into the forest, into the jungle, to go and negotiate with the head of the terrorist. Bros, Ranka Dede, Nagode Kedu, Odi Mashineke. They shall negotiated, and the rest of that. The negotiation there coughed out 500 million naira on the spot. Police come, they take selfie with terrorists in Katsina, soldiers, DSS, like that. You know, soldiers will carry the AK-47 like this. Then the terrorists also, they will back them like that Rambo picture post, 500 million. 2 days later, another 500 million. A week later, they collected the balance. Another 500 million. 1.5 billion Katsina State money went into the hand of terrorists in Katsina State. And they negotiated all those to release 1,500 Katsina people living in captivity in thousands of kilometers into the jungle. The state governor traveled kilometers into the jungle to go and negotiate their freedom. And he came out and they started to be what they call the media PR. You know, the Fulani terrorists are not that bad. The government is going to work with them. But in my lifetime, government, they give job to terrorists to provide security for us. I mean, nobody this life witness them. Have you forgotten? Me, I know they forget. I'm sorry, I don't forget like that. There are things you shouldn't forget. I mean, you should never forget. Our children need to know why these people are monsters under this APC. Egbe. So Masaku can become the National Security Advisor. Hell Rufaya. The Kaduna little finger. This guy came to the public and said, for peace to reign in Kaduna, he had to travel all over West Africa looking for Fulanis who have lost, who have nowhere to go, and told them that you can come to Nigeria. Your brother is in government. Now, I didn't say that. He said it. I said, well, since you brought them, that's when they started killing in Kaduna. No. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because the reason why they are killing people in southern Kaduna is because the people in southern Kaduna, the churches and the rest of them, they are receiving a donation from abroad. Because when people die, when they burn churches, people will donate money from abroad and give to them. Because they are enjoying that. That is why crises are in southern Kaduna. Hey! Little finger. Ha! That's what I said about APC will use propaganda. They will use propaganda to gaslight you. And you begin to, even you, who is the victim, you begin to believe that propaganda and begin to question yourself and say, okay, is it true that our leaders are the one behind the attacks, killing us as Christians in southern Kaduna so that they can collect donations from abroad? It's because every time they burn our churches, people donate and send money to us. El-Rufai said, maybe it's true. I don't trust all this pastor. The last time I was, you know what I mean? That's how propaganda works. Until when somebody will rise and say, but are those people who are burning their own churches, killing their own people, are those the ones who are also renaming their villages and appointing emir in Christian communities that never had such before? What did you say? No, I said, sir, If the people who are dying in Southern Kaduna are killing themselves, Christians killing themselves, and they are not the Fulanis, they are not being killed by the Fulanis, you said you begged to come back to Nigeria when Boko Haram came to power. So are those Christians also those who are also renaming their villages and communities to Fulani communities, appointing emir into them? You see that question you just asked right now? As a matter of national security, DSS is supposed to arrest you. That's how people reply me when you ask critical questions from this ways who enjoy propaganda, gaslighting, and lies. And they believe their lies so confidently. All you have to do is just go onto the TV, lie with confidence, and that's it. The Vuvuzela will say, listen to El-Rufai, he has the information. I just ask him now that what happened to these areas that they are being renamed? They say, you want to cause problem. How dare you say that? Do you know that when you say that, you are trying to say that government wants... DSS is supposed to carry you. They're supposed to carry you for questioning. You're supposed to disappear. That's Nigeria. That El-Rufai will probably be your Minister of Defense. Who are those left? The hype woman. Hype woman. I be no hype woman. Hype woman day. Now they say hype man day. Hype woman must day. And that is Abike Dagboru. No, sorry. Abike Dabiri, Abike Dagboru. Anyway, Abike will finally become a minister in the name of Jesus. You know why? Waiting is a pandemic take Abike I see. Despite the loyalty of Abike to Boko Haram and APC, Egbekegbe, former House of Representatives member representing Ikorodu in National Assembly, she became Omalata of the roadside Omalata in Abuja. She when they shared, you know they say that in Yoruba land, Otun Oba Oyeni, Osi Oba Oyeni, Akogun Oyeni, Balogun Oyeni. Sorry, guys, I'll say that again. In Yoruba land, the left to the king is a title. The right to the king is a title. Somebody they call the Akogun is a title. If they call you Balogun, it's a title in Yoruba land. If they call you Iyalode, it's also a title. When they have shared everything else, when they give you Oyetiton, it is also a title. Yeah, Oyetiton gone Oyeni. Oyetiton of Nigeria. When they have nothing left to give to Abike Dagboru, they said Abike. No, they not even said anything. They forgot about Abike. Now Abike can't they carry memo. Say, if you no get anything for me, I don't create one job where people said, yes, sir, you remember last time I followed you to London during campaign, where D.S. Zani Madueke was also in that, where we went to Chatham House. I met some Nigerians there. They told me, they said they would like somebody inside your government to be the one to represent people abroad, diaspora. If no more title for me, I can become Oyetiton of the diaspora. What is that one? What is this? What's she saying? They explained to Boko Haram, but that one is not in the constitution. You know, suppose they there. We no get office for you. There is uncompleted building where they in front of the Federal Medical Center, Abuja. Have you managed them? Uncompleted building. There's no money to furnish it. We will use canopy and everything to try. Sir, there are people that can sponsor me. Just say, I am working for you for diaspora. That's all I need, sir. Okay, you are working for me for diaspora. Thank you, sir. Abikeba Shisheshi. She was loyal. She wanted to serve. She really wanted to work. I don't know. I don't understand. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. They said it's a pandemic is in charge of one IT something. They shall have this name, right? It has to do with IT something. Nitda. Abinatda. It doesn't matter. Don't worry yourself because it doesn't really mean anything, okay? It's just job for the boys, okay? So this Nitda or Natada, Now their uncompleted building, Agbeke won't go open office. That's how their path crossed. If not, nothing. They shouldn't have anything like, because it's a pandemic. That one, they attend NEC meeting. Be the meeting where you see ministers, agencies, parastatals. Abike no get agency. You know be parastatal. Ko agency, ko parastatal. Just one roadside hustler in Abuja after all the effort. So the Abike Dagboru entered the media scene or more. They come pack Abike, all the Abike Jagbajantis where you want to take open a small shop for the place without any respect. The same people from the same party. It's a pandemic said they should kick them out of the place. Now so Abike started crying. God will judge all of us. Because all of us work for this party. Now all of us work for Bukwari. And you are treating us like this. It's okay. It's okay. So finally, Abike Dagboru can become a minister too. It's because Kolu only rewards people who are going to be loyal in reward, which is when you say loyal, it means that whatever happens within the government remains within. Now you go know why none of you can continue to point at Lagos. Lagos is corrupt. Kolu is stealing all the money. Kolu is this other, but it's so hard and difficult to tell exact state of Lagos state finance from 1999 to date. Nobody can tell everything. Nobody can say anything. Now only them within close circle. A lot of people have tried everything in the freedom of information bill, freedom of information law. Is it freedom of information? Nigeria is so far. They work for Lagos. Now you go understand why none of you will be able to know what's going on there. We will kick them out on Sunday, on Saturday. Ojema dream anyhow. That same thing you saw on the 25th. That some of you are like with your camera, with everything, with your result, everything. And today you see what is happening. What you will see on Saturday. You can't be like, say, this is it. Maybe this is it. This is when I'm going to pack all my bags. From Jagaban to Kajakpanio. People are already saying it anyway. Suddenly, they have started posting that there are schools in Cyprus. You don't need visa at entry. There are schools in Sudan. Some schools are very cheap in it. All of you are beginning to shop for schools. Meanwhile, not lie. Jackpa. Everybody want to run away. But you go feel them. I know they wish you evil. And they wish you waiting. They wish yourselves. But for this opposition, now they are talking. They said they want to do their own thing. And they want to fight for their mandate, which is the right thing to do. Right? So I'll take you to the Labour Party's conference or press conference, okay? Yeah, let's go to that one.
Addressing. Good afternoon. On behalf of our presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, I address you all and indeed all Nigerians on the current situation in the country following the announcement of the purported result of the presidential election held on 25th February 2023. First, let me sincerely thank all Nigerians for their belief in us and for coming out en masse to vote for the Labour Party and for the cause they believe in, the birth of a new Nigeria. We're immensely grateful to the youth, obedience, and all support groups, including Nigerians in diaspora, for their sacrifices, conduct, and commitment to a better Nigeria. It is our position that the purported result did not meet the minimum criteria of a transparent, free, and fair election. In addition to the most condemnable attacks, violence, voter intimidation, and suppression, the election was conducted in clear violation of agreed and promised INEC rules and guidelines. The Electoral Act 2002 as amended and indeed the Nigerian Constitution. As evident, the institutions of the state and leaders that were supposed to ensure the sanctity of the election, again, and as in the past, collaborated and colluded to subvert the will of the good people of Nigeria. Please be assured of our determination to fight the injustice that have been perpetrated on Nigerians through all legal and peaceful means. While painful, we implore you all to please remain peaceful and calm, as our fight and determination for a new Nigeria is just beginning. We equally encourage you all to continue with the campaigns and vote massively for Labour Party in the forthcoming governorship and States House of Assembly elections on 11th March 2023. Our principal, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, will in due course speak to you and indeed the nation. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. So, Peter,
thank you very much, sir. I have two questions, if my colleague will permit me. The first one being, why isn't Mr. Tinubu addressing this press conference? I mean, we hear that
This is a prelude to his addressing the nation. That answers your question.
Fair enough. Secondly, you're calling on you denounced the elections.
Yes.
You said they were not free and fair,
yes.
Yet you're calling for your supporters to go out en masse and vote in the next election. I mean, isn't it the same process?
Until it happens, we don't know it. We cannot sit Nigerians, we cannot tell Nigerians not to vote, not to be part of Nigeria anymore. If you sit in your country and you don't vote, you don't belong to your country.
okay.
Hi.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, thank you. You mentioned legal action. Possible legal action, can you detail?
No, certain legal action.
Certain legal action. If it's certain, can you tell us more when exactly you're planning to go to court and on what grounds exactly?
We will go to court within the stipulated time. And the legal team is at work already, and you'll get more details from His Excellency Peter Obi when he speaks. Like I said, this is a prelude to his own speech.
Yeah. I write for The Guardian. John Akubo is in there. You were calling on supporters to go out en masse on Saturday. Don't you have some fear for Lagos? Governorship election in Lagos. If the presidential election was what it was, how would the governorship be for your supporters?
As far as we are concerned, the Federal Republic of Nigeria and its institutions are in place and in effect. As far as we are concerned, we shall still continue to hold the Buhari administration to the promise of free and fair elections. That is the best that we know. Nigerians must, just like we are continuing the struggle, Nigerians must continue the struggle by exercising their rights.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Kingsley Daily Independent. Many Nigerians believe, of course they have valid reasons to believe so, that the judiciary has been compromised like other arms of government. How much confidence do you have that if your case gets to the Supreme Court, you will get justice in return?
Irrespective of the low level of confidence you have in any system, your responsibility is your responsibility. Nigerians contested the 2023 presidential elections through Peter Obi and my humble self. We are going to keep the struggle alive, irrespective of the very low confidence we have in any system. We had extremely low confidence in the promise of the government that there will be free and fair elections, yet we went ahead. We went ahead into the elections. So it doesn't matter how low the confidence it is in the judiciary, the law is the law. And what's even Look, there's a confidence we have in them, and there is the confidence we have in ourselves and in our case. These are two different things. The confidence we have in ourselves and in our case is that elections, so to say, were not held. Because from the polling units, the Electoral Act 2002 as amended provided the direct transmission of results. It is that direct transmission of results that says elections were held. They were not transmitted. What results are you given? If there are no results, what election are you talking about? Now, going to the registration areas or vote collection units, no INEC returning officer, he or she, shall make entries without making reference to the existing ongoing concurrent IREV, active IREV, which did not exist. How did they collate? If there was no valid collation, what results are you talking about? If there are no results, what election are you talking about? Illegality has been performed. And as far as we're concerned, here is an incoming government for the Federal Republic of Nigeria that is illegal and unconstitutional. As far as we're concerned, it is now we're submitting our case to the court of law. It is for them, irrespective of how much confidence the world or Africa.
So that's the part of press conference of Ahmed Dati. So what he is actually referring to about them being rigged and all of that stuff, many of you have seen them. But for the sake of context, okay, I'll share one or two. Then I'll go back to his presser to listen to the rest of the question he was asked. And he answered, so that the obedient who are currently enraged, I have reports of already, rising tension in Delta, rising tension in Rivers, rising tension in Abuja. They are scratching the surface as we speak. And like I said as well, they are going to respond. And the whole thing have a lifespan of 1 week to 2 weeks. Then after that, they will tell you to go back to your lives. But that will be up to you. If you are going to end it then, or you're going to keep it on until you get what you want. I'm just saying, like I said before, just to manage your expectations, right? The reasons why INEC has no results and they are announcing election and the rest of what he said in that video is because of this.
Can see it. It's been found in the bush, which is not supposed to be. A student found this ECS4 in the book. Yes, you can see it. Imagine election. Open the other one. Okay. Imagine something is going on and this form is in the bush. So which one are they submitting? This was the one that everybody saw. Everybody saw as their result in the polling unit. But at the end of the day, it's been thrown away. So this is what we are fighting for. God bless you. Please, we are not doing protest again. We are going back to our various homes. And God bless you to come out. And for the reason why you come out, God will give it to us in Jesus' name. Go and pray in your various homes. There's nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do does not exist.
What God cannot do doesn't exist. Thank you so much for coming out. This is where we are coming up. Well, like I said, they're just scratching the surface. I mean, there are women already in Kogi. So if you see this, where's that image again? I got one image from the women in Kogi. They are not happy with the results they declared for them in Kogi. So according to INEC, Peter Obi won 12 states, 11 states plus FCT Abuja. Tinubu won 12 states. Atiku won 12 states. Kwakwanso won 1 state. And figures were allocated like this unit, where they still allocate you. The man that is going to come down from that red car, that red approaching car, is a local government chairman in Kogi State right now.
Yeah, I'm giving my account. How long is this? Why put it down so much account? Yes. I'll be the baby was off time. I'll be really good to ADC. See, let me sit. Well,
A Gen Z watching that video will be like, why are they destroying the vote? Is in some places they will just burn it. And then they will declare results of what happened there. So if you go to court or tribunal, and they say, yeah, let us go and do a recount. Waiting you won't count. The votes where they don't burn or the one where they don't tear. That's Nigeria election. Free and fair. That's what they call free and fair, by the way. So that's why we said that in Nigeria, they don't do election, they rig. So if they out-rig you, well, now you participated. Nigeria is so corrupt, that politicians, they will pretend that they want to offer a solution to a problem. But they are actually going to create even more problems. They introduce beavers. Now, demo. They introduce what they call the result transmission. Guess what? When they built one for Nigeria, they built another one for themselves, a replica. As the rest of you are looking at it, when they gave you beavers, they produced their own too. As they ordered beavers for Nigeria, they ordered beavers for themselves too. So that when they get all the INEC officials, they can give them they say, yeah, take these beavers for your own location. Put the number of your polling unit on it so that when you transfer the result, we already put the result there, okay? People will think you are taking pictures and uploading, but they won't know that it's already there. So you don't worry, we've already perfected it. Until when they received call from Kolu that if you have the chairman, you don't need any software. Do you understand that? If you have the chairman of INEC, why do you need to compromise their software technology? He will do it for you. Don't worry. Just pay him. He will take care of everybody that will do everything for you. That is why immediately after your elections, when you have experienced malfunctional beavers or not even available beavers in your polling units, the same policemen that will monitor your election rigging, suddenly they discovered some beavers inside some politician's house in Abuja. Breaking news! Our God is the greatest God. God has exposed them. Police have discovered beavers inside the house of a politician in Abuja, Gbajabiamole. And it's a breaking news. Take a look.
Go back to my face.
Now, Nigeria, abracadabra.